All right, lesson 2.4, solving multi-step inequalities. All right, in this lesson, you're going to take all the properties that you've been working with and apply them all together in one problem. So let's see how well you understand working with inequalities. All right, first thing I need to do is isolate the term with the variable. So I need to get rid of this 7 here. I'm going to subtract it over. All right, and next step is to get the variable by itself. I'm dividing by -6, so now I will multiply by -6 on both sides. Cancels out on the left side here. So I have y is, now be very careful here, I multiplied by a negative. Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality sign. All right, so there I have my inequality, and I have to graph the solution. Y is greater than, so open circle, and I'm going to the right. All right, next problem. Let's get this term with the v by itself. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. 2v is greater than or equal to 12. I'm going to divide by 2, and v is greater than or equal to 6. Let's graph it. V is greater than or equal to 6, so it's a solid dot, and I'm going to the right. All right, on to the next example. Okay, let's see what to do here. All right, now it's very important to understand that there's multiple ways to approach this problem. For the first step, I could add 5. Okay, I could also subtract 11 from both sides. I could also subtract 2x. I could also subtract 6x. All right, so you have 4 choices. All right, first thing I like to do is isolate the variable portion on the left side. So I'm going to add 5 over. 6x is less than 2x plus 16. And then I like to keep my variable on the left side, so I'm going to move the 2x over. Subtract 2x. So 4x is less than 16. Now I divide by 4, and x is less than 4. I have solved. That's all I need to do. All right, moving on to the next example. All right, solve, let's see, part A. All right, there's quite a bit going on here. All right, first thing I'm going to do is distribute the 4. So I have 8b minus 3 is equal to 8b plus 12. Okay, now I'm going to, oops, doing a little something wrong there. An equal sign. It's supposed to be a greater than sign. Okay. All right, and the next step is to isolate the variable. I'm going to subtract b over 8b. Cancels out. I get -3 is greater than 12. Is that true? Since that is not true, that means there's no solution for this inequality. All right, going on to part B, I'm going to distribute the 2 here. I have 10w minus 2 is less than or equal to 7 plus 10w. All right, I'm going to subtract 10w. Cancels out, cancels out. I get -2 is less than or equal to 7. That is true. So how many solutions are there? There are infinitely many solutions. All right, and let me make that a big, oops. Make that a little clearer. Many. Okay, going on to the next example. Okay, you need a mean score of at least 90 points to advance to the next round. What scores in the 5th game will allow you to advance? All right, mean. What does mean mean? All right, it means the average. All right, so the average score has to be at least 90 points. Okay, so they give me these 4 scores here for the first 4 games. So I have 95 plus 91 plus 77 plus 89. Now, if I wanted to find the average of all these scores combined, then I would divide by 4. But they're talking about the 5th game here. All right, I need to figure out what the score of the fifth game needs to be. All right, so in this case, I'm combining all these, which means I'll be dividing by 5, since I'm finding the average. And once this is worked out, depending on whatever x is, you want the result to be at least 90. So at least 90 means it has to be greater than or equal to 90. All right, so that's your setup. Figuring out the setup here was the difficult part. Let me explain it one more time. So I have all these scores from the first 4 games, all right? And then I also have the fifth game, which I don't know, but if I'm finding the average or the mean of all those scores, I'm dividing by 5 because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, okay? And then it says at least, all right? At least means it could be that number or it has to be greater. So greater than or equal to 90. All right, now let's solve this. So let's see how this works out. Okay, so I'm going to add these up here. I get 352 plus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 90. I need to get rid of the fraction, multiply by 5 on both sides. 352 plus x is greater than or equal to 450. Alrighty. Get the x by itself, I have to subtract 352. So x is greater than or equal to 98. All right, so in the fifth game, you have to score at least 98 points so that the average is at least 90. All right, there you go. That answers the question. All right, begin your assignment at the bottom of the webpage. Ask questions if you have any.